What's going on, everybody out there in internet land? Riddle me this. Do you like comedy? Do you like glasses of water? Do you like guys named Dave-Squeaky-Wheelz who tells awesome jokes here in the city? Well, I'm sitting here with a guy named Dave-Squeaky-Wheelz. Dave, how's it going?
What's up, Joey? Thanks so much for having me, man.
No, dude, thank you so much for coming here. I want to know how you got started being a comedian here in the city.
How I actually didn't start in the city. It started in high school, from a depraved childhood, from not being good at talking to girls. And from people being awkward around me, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll just try and make them laugh. I'll try and, because I always did impressions. I actually didn't want to be a comic when I first started. I just wanted to do what Dave Chappelle did, because he had a kick-ass show. So I'm like, I can do what that dude does. So I just did all impressions first, and then it turned into whatever the fuck it is now. So yeah.
That's awesome, man. How long you been doing it?
7 years, because I'm gonna turn 22 on the 15th of November, and I started when I was 15.
That's wild, man. How do you think people have reacted to you doing stand-up comedy? I mean, obviously you're in a wheelchair and things like that, but how do you think people are taking you?
They're a little bit surprised because some of my jokes are a bit PG, and I've not necessarily cleaned them up, but I've made them a bit nicer. Not necessarily nicer, but I've made them suit me a bit more. Because I don't think that if you go straight for filthy is funny. I think it's the irony, and there's certain things you can play with. But I often just like to play with people, you know what I mean? With the way that they see disabilities and with the way that they react. I just think that it's hilarious, and especially growing up in a small city like this, when everybody knows everybody, it's just kind of funny to see people's reactions.
You got a big show coming up on November the 16th. It's a big solo show, and you're recording it and stuff. So you can tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, basically it's going to be recorded by a couple friends of mine. They have this company called Vince Emerson Media. It's at the Market Square, and the Market Square it's just this place where you can people have deli shops and little things, but above the Market Square, up the escalator, is a theater. So I'm gonna be at that theater. It's called Theater Windsor. I'm gonna be headlining. I'm gonna try and do 45 minutes, and that's the longest set I've ever done is 30 minutes. So this is gonna be a stretch, but I got a lot of material that I just want to get out there and put on an album. So I decided I might as well do it now.
Yeah. So do you ever get people heckling you about the chair or something like that? How do you handle people who are just super ignorant and giving you shit for being handicapped, or is that in your advantage when you want to take on someone out in the crowd?
I like to have fun with hecklers because some comics just say shut the fuck up and stuff. I like to play around with them a bit because I heard somewhere, I was talking to this comic, and he said, the biggest thing when you have male and female hecklers is you have to emasculate the men and ignore the women. So, yeah. And a lot of the times the dudes will just try and one-up you because they're usually really shit-faced and they want to look good. So you just have to talk about penis size. That's very important to do. Or, I don't know, if they look really weird. This one guy looked like the diabetes guy, Wilbur. So I'm I have diabetes. So I just did something like that. And with the women, they just want attention. This one girl heckled me, and she I can't remember the joke I said, but she's like, oh, is that why you're in a wheelchair? And I said, keep talking, I'll put you in one. So, and then afterwards, I did a body shot off of her, so it was kind of, it's a true story. So, yeah, I mean, people, I rarely get hecklers, but when I do, I like to have fun with them because I don't want to insult them. I just want to make them look stupid.